the alpaca farm. Very excited. Oh, I can't wait.
But yeah, I was trying to find for
Sunny.
ages somebody who would be able to turn our wool into socks. But then I found around this side actually.
Come on, we going then. We going. Marka. Hello.
Marka, Marka, we coming for a snuggle. Are we coming? The only thing I say when she does come out, birds everywhere. Yeah. Peacocks, and they've all got names as well. So
Oh.
so it's like Daisy
Hello.
the Beaver. We did have a
Hello. You are beautiful. You're
yeah,
gorgeous. Wow. They're stunning. Hi, Kobe. Hello. 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 Hello.
His breath's so warm.
Hello. Oh, you do.
Jesus Christ.
You do want the cuddles, don't you? Is that your snoot? Is that your snoot? Yes, a little snoot pig. Hi, boys. Hello. Oh, I see a fluffy snoot. I see another fluffy snoot. Hi. You curious boy? The curious boy. The alpacas are coming. Ah. Hi, girlies. Hi, girls. Oh, that's so cute. Hello.
I just think he's got the
You're
most precious
sweet.
little teddy bear face.
Oh.
Yes, he's
Hello.
talking about you.
Charlie.
He's like, I'm just going to eat the hay off Carter's back.
Hello. What on its face? I don't know which one this is. It looks like one of the babies. Hello. Oh hi. Oh, she's the one that had to have her eye removed.
Oh, I didn't hear her say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Late, isn't it?
Sophie. I think it's Sophie. Oh, having a wee. Sniffing a
Yeah,
bum.
piss, properly piss.
They sort of
Like,
squat like dogs as well.
Oh no, one of them was just pissing standing.
Oh yeah, they are standing, but they sort of squat a little bit.
No, there was one. She just stood up. She just pissed out the back.
Anyway, could you hold those for me, please? Oh, girls, they're so beautiful. I can't wait till we get alpacas. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like I've not sat down here in ages, weeks, which is probably true because I've been really busy. It was my birthday in April, and as you will have seen, I went on an alpaca experience, which I want to tell you all about because that was one of my favourite gifts I got for my birthday. But yeah, there's probably loads of things that I want to update you on as well, just life-wise. So yeah, let me start with my birthday. I don't know if you're one of these people as well, but I love celebrating birthday month, not just my birthday. So planning lots of different things throughout the course of the month, which is exactly what I did. So you will have seen that I posted my video of what I got in my like birthday gardening haul type thing. Yeah, and I've started using some of the things that were in there. So I have got some things that are growing out in the garden in trays at the minute, which has just reminded me that because they're hidden behind our barbecue, I actually forgot about them. So I need to go and check on them because I don't know how they're doing, and I planted those last weekend. So I've got, what have I got? I've got courgettes, I've got courgettes and I've got parsnips. So parsnips probably won't come up until end of summer, autumn, I think. But the courgettes should come up sooner than that, like be edible over the course of summer and into autumn, based on past experience. So I'm actually going to go and check on those in a minute. I'm suddenly having an internal panic about them, actually. And then I think I showed you that I was planting peas and sprouting broccoli. They are now in the ground outside. The peas are getting really quite tall, and I've basically got a butterfly net in the garden, which was more to stop the cats getting on there than the butterflies getting on there. And the peas have reached the top of that now, so I need to find a new stick to create some height and then raise the ceiling, if you like, of the net. So gosh, that went wildly off track, didn't it? So yes, I've started using a few things from my birthday gift haul that was gardening related, so that's really, really nice. But the other thing I think I mentioned that I did, and is definitely over on my Instagram page, is an alpaca experience, and I just really want to tell you all about it. So you'll have seen it in the video, but it was honestly just the best day I've had in, I was gonna say ever, but I'm like, in such a long time. It was so good. You can do, so we went to a company called Cheshire Alpacas. I've got something on my nose. What is it? Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I think it's just me when I look up. Anyway, so we went to a company called Cheshire Alpacas, and they're based in a village that's near Northwich in Cheshire. And we were shown around by the super lovely Sophie. So it's her business along with her partner and a mum. It's very much a family business, and they have basically been around alpacas all their life and childhood. They've had like various different outdoorsy type either pets, livestock, animals, that kind of thing, and they have built up quite a herd of alpacas over the last few years. I think they've got 42 or 44 alpacas now. So we opted for a private experience. You can go in groups, or you can go and do a private experience with just like a couple of you. So we opted to do that. And so we met Sophie when we were there, and then the two white alpacas that you will have seen in my video, Harley and Sunny, they are the two that we met first of all, and we fed them, took them for a little walk around the field, and they were so funny and so adorable. They just wanted to kind of stop and take in their surroundings, and then suddenly one of them would spook at something and jump and like spring into the air. Yeah, they had bags and bags of character. They were really cute, and they absolutely love dandelions, and so they were like trying to, you'd hold a dandelion up into their face and they were like, give me that, give me some of that, is that a sweet treat? Yes, so they were really sweet. So we walked them round the field, which was really nice, and then we basically we were put in a pen and given loads of hay, and then Sophie unleashed the boys, and they all came like trotting over to us and were taking all the hay. So we were surrounded by these alpacas that were so cute and just wanted to be loved and stroked and fed hay to. So yeah, that was really nice. And once we'd done that and spent quite a bit of time with them, Sophie left us to stroke some of the other boys who'd been kept behind in the field behind the fence. And that's not because they're not nice alpacas or anything like that. It's just a few of them are a little bit boisterous. So just for people's extra like safety, I guess. We just handled them from the fence, but they were so sweet and so lovely. Yeah, we really enjoyed spending time feeding the boys. And then we took a bucket of feed and we went over to the girls. So they were out in another field, and we just went into their open field and basically fed them all off little trays or from our hands. And then asked loads of questions to Sophie about alpacas, and she told us so much stuff and really interesting things that I never knew about alpacas, and kind of how to look after them, how they're sheared, how they generally live, that kind of thing. So that was really, really nice. And the girls were all really chilled out, so we were kind of just like sat in the field with them, which was so sweet. But one of my favourite facts about alpacas is when they give birth, Sophie said that it's called unpacking, which made me laugh. Yeah, I liked that little fact. We did actually guess that. Well, I didn't guess it, Tom, my husband, guessed it. But it took like a few, we were like trial and error trying to guess what the word was, and then he guessed it. But yeah, it was just, honestly, like, I'm still smiling now, as you can see. I was like ear to ear smiling the whole time, the whole way round. And just the business that they have there, I just can't describe how lovely the setting is. They've got loads of space. Sophie is so knowledgeable and so nice and so friendly, and will tell you lots of things about them, ask you loads of questions, and just such a personable person. She was really, really great. I absolutely loved the experience. She took so many photos for us. They post quite a bit on social media, so I'll tag their social media. But she took so many photos for us and videos and things like that, which was really nice. And she shared those with me. So I took loads on my phone and on my camera as well. But then I've got hers too, so I've just got endless photos of alpacas, which I love. So yes, we did that. But I would 100% recommend it. I'd recommend it for families. I'd recommend it for adults. I think they will tailor who you paired up with in terms of an alpaca walk based on like your age, their temperament, that kind of thing. The team know the alpacas absolutely inside out. They felt 100% safe completely. They were so friendly and so lovely. But the other things that they do at the farm, which I thought were really cool, were you can buy alpaca socks. So they shear the wool and they use the wool from their alpacas to make into socks, which they sell in their shop. But also they do other things as well. So Sophie was telling us about a sip and paint that they do. So I don't know if you've ever done it before, if you've heard of it before, but me and my friend have been to one in Manchester city centre where you basically go into a bar. There's normally a theme. So I think ours was an International Women's Day one, and you go in and we had a canvas and we painted something that was International Women's Day themed, while you have like nibbles and drinks and stuff like that. So they do that at the alpaca farm, but it's an alpaca themed sip and paint, which looked so good. And they had on display a painting that somebody had done, which was really nice. And then they also do things like alpaca Pilates as well. I'm not sure if they still do alpaca Pilates, and it looked on their website like it was outside, so it's probably a weather dependent thing. But you know how you can do like puppy dog yoga or cat yoga and that kind of thing? It looked like that, which looked so good. I actually want to go and see if I can do that. But yeah, would highly highly recommend you go and check out Cheshire Alpacas, because it was one of the best days that I've had. And before we went, we just had like lunch in we just had a lunch in a pub that was nearby. So all in all, that was a really, really good day. In terms of other life updates, I have, as you know, gone back to horse riding. I've been getting on mostly well with that, but I'm in a lesson that is at a time where there's not many other people in my lesson. So there's 2 or 3 of us that come every week to my lesson. Very occasionally there'll be someone else in, but a couple of the other ladies that I ride with haven't been in the lesson for various reasons. And so I've been going up to the top arena where there's maybe like 3-4 people consistently who ride in the top arena. And in terms of ability, we can all do the same things, but they are probably much more confident than me. They do a lot more jumping than me, that kind of thing. So that arena is very much set up for jumps, poles everywhere. And so I was being put on horses that are still new to me or I hadn't ridden before, and then going in the top arena where a lot of them are jumping. And there was a couple of lessons where I wouldn't say I totally lost my confidence, because I didn't feel unconfident on the horses, but I just felt like I was getting in people's way, which I know is just down to me and it's a silly thing to think, and I just need to get on with it. But you know, when you've got a horse who isn't bad or anything like that, but you find them difficult to ride and it's your first time riding them, I just felt like I was trying to deal with that and get out of people's way. So it was just, yeah, it was not ideal for a couple of weeks. But the other ladies are now back, or at least one of them is now back. And so last Tuesday I was on my favourite pony, and who I feel like I'm learning more and more about them. So I was on him, and we were doing some exercises that were to do with like creating more strides between 2 trot poles in canter. So trying to create like a collected canter. And then we built on that by doing some trotting cross poles. And then we built on that by adding an upright jump. And we did that throughout the course of the lesson. So that, as much as bits of it will have probably been messy, because I'm quite green, he's still a baby, so he's quite green. It was such a good exercise for me, so I really enjoyed it. And then, as you know, I also have a lone pony at the moment, who I haven't shared much about, but that's mostly just out of respect for the fact that he's not my pony. He's, you know, it's quite new and that kind of thing. But I have been out on a few rides with him. I've been out on my own with him. I've been out with a couple of the other ladies and girls at the farm where he's based. And that's been really nice. And everyone there has been so welcoming and so nice. I think on social media and just generally, you hear loads of horror stories about yards being really like snooty or a bit bitchy and yeah, stuff like that. But this place is not like that at all. It was so nice. And actually they were advertising for a couple of stables that were free recently, which have since been taken. And in the back of my mind I just thought, oh, I wish I was ready for a horse now, because I'd put them there in an instant. Yeah, so absolutely loving that. There's still loads of work for me to do with this pony, because he's still so kind of green and new and a baby. And I'm obviously not a trainer and I'm not a perfect rider. But I'm just enjoying spending time with him, to be honest. And I think I'd said from the start that part of the reason I wanted to loan was just getting used to being on the ground with different horses. And that's helped massively already, because I'm not just turning up and riding him. I'm mucking him out. Sorry, I'm doing hay nets. I'm doing waters. I'm turning out other people's horses. I'm bringing other people's horses in. I'm spending time with other people's horses. So it's nice to just do lots of different things. And then I think when I go into the riding school and ride someone that I've never ridden before, I'm more confident just going in and tacking them up and not worrying about, oh, what they're going to be like and are they going to be difficult and will I be able to handle it, because I'm getting more confidence doing that with my lone pony. Because let me think, actually, over the bank holiday I was there on like the Friday, Sunday, Monday, and then I was there Friday just gone. I'm there on Sunday. I've been going probably minimum twice a week. Yeah, I've probably been going at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and then I'm riding at the riding school once a week on top of that. So I feel like my whole life recently has been consumed with being at the yard, but like I love it. I absolutely love it. And what I've also been trying to do is speak to different people who have horses on the farm, and they'll all have different circumstances. They'll all have different jobs, and then some people might be on full livery, part livery, different lifestyles, that kind of thing. And I'm just trying to understand, is it feasible for me to potentially be able to have my own horse or pony in the future? Because I think there's a perception that you have to be well off and you have to be there every day and you have to be able to have this amount of free time, and you don't want your horse too far away from you, so you need to be able to like get to it within 10 minutes. And there's probably loads of misconceptions that people have. And what I've actually found at this particular farm is that there are people there of all different ages. People do completely different jobs and are all at different stages of their careers. So it's certainly not an environment where everyone's very kind of affluent. It's, you know, people from all walks of life are there. And then some people work shifts, some people work 9 to 5, some people don't work. You can have your horse on full livery, 5-day livery, DIY. There's so many different things and factors that play into it. And even the people that don't have their horses on full livery, they still don't necessarily go up to the stables every day. There are still days where, you know, they have their own things that they want to do or they can't make it up. And maybe it's just something that is, you know, works really well at that particular farm, because what I have noticed is that everyone helps each other out. And so if someone can't make it at the weekend, for example, so the weekend is a bit more of a DIY day, or over those 2 days. But if you can't make it at the weekend, no one's going to leave your horse behind in the field and not bring it in. Or when all the other horses go out to be turned out, no one's going to leave your horse behind in the stable. I don't know if that's true of other farms and livery yards, but it's certainly true of this one. And so I think it's massively opened up my eyes to what the reality of potentially having a horse might look like. So yeah, that was anyway probably a way too long and over the top ramble about what's going on in life. But the other thing that I wanted to do today was something that I've been meaning to film for ages, which is my lemon and ginger, well, I call it lemon and ginger tonic, but I don't really know if that's what it is. My lemon and ginger drink is what I want to show you. So it's basically a concentrated lemon and ginger, I guess, shot. So you could have it as a shot in the morning, you could put it in your tea, you could have it with tonic, you could probably put it with gin. I might try it today with a gin and tonic, you know. But anyway, I want to show you how I make it. So let's go do that.